Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it happens to be for you. Welcome to another episode of Your Success at Last DNA, doing those necessary actions, getting those daily needed attitude adjustments. The DNA can stand for a number of things. Those are the ones I'm using right now. I'm your host, and you know me well. And for those of you that don't, I'm Tracy, the Ace Brinkman, that little ace up your sleeve. God, that is so corny, but I love it. I'm a cornball. What can I say? So it's Friday. Well, I know it's not Friday. Like I mentioned in yesterday's show, we had some server errors, and the Thursday and Friday shows didn't get put out, so I had to re-record them. Actually, got corrected somehow or another. Anyway, I'm not going to try and understand all the technical behind-the-scenes stuff for the internet, but here we are for Friday's episode on Sunday, and we're going to start off with our question like we always do. Have you done your homework? Or you could call it your prep work or laying your groundwork like any good building. The higher you want to go, the deeper that base has got to be. The more firmer, the more stronger. Laying that cornerstone used to be the phrase way back when. My grandfather was a mason, and so laying that cornerstone was a pretty significant event. Have you done your groundwork for your life, for your goals, for your dreams, for your desires, whatever they happen to be? And what I mean by that is, just kind of taking a moment, right? Slowing down for a second and thinking about, what do you really want? What do you really want? I mean, I ask these questions of you each and every day of the week for the premium members, and for the folks listening this week, you're getting it free all week long. And each one of those questions is really kind of designed to prompt some thought and to get you to do your homework, do your prep work, lay the groundwork for your life, for your dreams, for your goals, for your relationship, whatever it happens to be. And so, and to get you to work on your MIT, your goal, and your dreams. Okay, so just take a breath. After this episode is over with, just kind of say, okay, well, I'm going to do my prep work. Tracy said it's important, and Tracy is a pretty gosh darn smart guy. Okay, anyway, let's move on from that one, right? I'll just leave that one kind of hanging out there like the dangling participle. So today's show, I want to give you an example of some of the productivity hacks. And some of these hacks, very simple, little things you probably already know. And like, oh, well, I haven't tried that. And some of them are things you may know, but maybe give you a little different spin on them. Some of them are things that were like, wow, I never thought about that. So I'm going to give you a mix. I want to give you an example of one today. This is a pretty simple one, but it's one I use religiously, and I know a few other people that use it religiously as well. It's called waking up early. Oh my God, Trace, are you serious? Waking up early? That's what I'm tuning in for today. Well, hey, let's be honest. Waking up early might be the most widely known quote unquote secret of highly productive people. I mean, mornings they're a fresh start. They're kind of peaceful. There are no ringing phones. Your emails aren't going off yet. Your texts aren't going off yet. You could tackle your MIT before the rest of the world wakes up. And a win like that at that early of the day is a great way to start your. Oh, what's an MIT? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I thought everybody knew that. MIT is, it's you'll get a few different little acronyms in this show. DNA is one of them, and I use a couple of words for that. Your success at last. YSLAA, YSAL. I use every once in a while. But MIT is your most important task. And you don't know your most important task if you haven't taken a minute and done your homework, right? And you haven't done your homework if you haven't sat and thought about, how am I using my talents? And what is it I really want? And how do I want to feel? All these different questions I ask over the course of the week. So knowing what your MIT is for the day, what your most important task is for that day. And you may have one or two or three, but you'll always have one. And waking up early, it gives you a great opportunity to get it done before the day even starts. And that's a huge win. And that's going to change your attitude. And you're going to look at the rest of the day completely different. All right? But here's the thing about waking up early. It's not as easy as it sounds. And some of you are going, oh, man, I know exactly what you're talking about. Dude, it's 7:30 in the morning, and I'm still having a heck of a time opening up my eyes. Look, I know plenty of people who have tried getting up early and failed over and over and over again. Maybe you're one of those folks. Maybe you've tried and you failed too. Now, some are going to say, Try going to bed earlier so that you can get up earlier. Okay, that's a good plan. Some people will try that and they'll end up staring at the ceiling for hours, just not able to go to sleep. And then they can't get up early because they're having that lack of sleep issue, right? And then other folks are going to say, hey, your body knows what it needs. And I tend to go along with that one. Your body definitely sends you signals when it's hungry, when it's sleepy, when it's sick. So go to bed when you're sleepy and then get up when you wake up. That sounds reasonable. I can go along with that. Our bodies do know how much rest we need from different events we've done through the day, through the week. As your regimen of exercise changes, your body's needs are going to change. As you do different things in your life, your body's needs are going to change. Your body is pretty wise as long as you listen, right? Okay, I'll go with that. But here's the thing. In and of themselves, both of those methods are completely wrong if you want to talk about productivity. You see, it's hard to become an early riser using the wrong it's hard to become anything using the wrong strategy, right? You're not going to become a winning basketball player if you're out there throwing the football around all the time. That's just not the right strategy. But here it is. With waking up early with the right strategy, I'm going to say it's relatively easy, right? It's not super easy, but it's relatively easy. Here's what I think the optimal solution is: to combine those two approaches I just mentioned earlier. You see, I think by combining the two approaches, it's pretty simple and natural to become an early riser without even thinking about it. Here's what I want you to try. Is first thing, go to bed when you're sleepy. Duh. Right? And only when you're sleepy. Double duh. And then, here's the trick. Get up with an alarm clock. That's on a fixed time set for every single day. Yeah, you heard me. 7 days a week. Look, here's the thing. Your body doesn't really know when it's the weekend, right? It's going to want to wake up every single day. Can you train it to wake you up Monday through Friday and then let you sleep in on Saturday and Sunday? No. Okay, you possibly could if you have that rigorous regimen. It's very possible. The body's a pretty amazing device. But train it to get up early 7 days a week. And always at the same time. Me, I'm usually up between 5 and 6 every single day at the exact same time. Saturdays and Sundays as well. But I go to bed at different times, right? I go to bed when I'm sleepy. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, sometimes it's way too late, right? And here's what I call the sleepiness test. If I can read more than a page in a book and I don't drift off, I can just keep reading it, then I'm not quite ready for bed yet. And that's a great free bonus tip. Reading is an excellent activity to do during those am I sleepy times, because it's going to become very obvious whether you're sleepy or not without stimulating your brain to the point of attentive activity. See, here's the thing. So many people will say, I'll just watch a little TV until I'm ready to go to bed. No, don't do that. Watching TV is absolutely the worst activity in the world because it does just that. It stimulates your brain and keeps you awake artificially. I mean, in fact, TV programming is designed to keep you watching in order to find out what happens next, right? How many times have you sit and go, oh my God, how could they do that to me and leave me hanging like that? They're doing it on purpose. They want you to watch the next episode. So turn off the TV and pick up a book instead, right? Just read a few pages. And what you'll find is when it's time to go to sleep, it will be very, very obvious. Now, here's what's going to happen when you start to try this. You're probably going to be tired the first couple of days because you're going to bed a little differently and you're getting up a little earlier than you're used to, maybe cutting off a few hours of the sleep that you're normally getting. But after a few days of using this approach, your sleep patterns will start to settle back into a natural rhythm. Your body's going to say, oh, so you want to go to sleep around this time because we're always going to be getting up at that time? I got you. I got this. I got your back, dude, right? Because trust me, the body, like I said, is an amazing device, and it will do this for you. You'll find the pattern of going to bed at roughly the same time, and will help you fall asleep right away. You'll get into that pattern of, between this time and that time, my body is going to start falling asleep. If you've done extra rigorous physical activity that day, or even mental activity, because God knows that can be trying, you'll start nodding off a little earlier. And if not, you'll start nodding off a little later. So become an early riser. I mean, this is probably one of the simplest hacks in my arsenal of the 16 hacks I give you over the 16 weeks. Go to bed when you're sleepy, right? And then get up and stay up at a fixed time every morning, 7 days a week. Let me tell you, if you're one of those guys that's looking to start or gals, right? That's looking to start your own business or do something, you're raising a family, right? There are those so many things you can do in those quiet hours of the morning. Get all those MITs bagged out. Like I mentioned, we've got 16 of these in the 16-week productivity hacks program that I'm giving. That comes along with your premium membership. I give you a new productivity hack each and every week, and it's focused purely on developing and maintaining and increasing your productivity for you to reach your dreams, your goals, and your desires. Heck, the hack that will come right after this one goes along with waking up early, and it's called working less. Yeah, you're going to want to hear that one. You can be, because you really can be more productive by, yep, that's right, working less. You definitely want to hear that one. So, with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully. Take action. Bye bye.